Chapter 4, Graphs and Transformations, Part 3, Reciprocal Graphs. In this video, we are going to looking how to sketch the reciprocal graph. Before we sketch the graph, when x equal to 0, what is the y value? Y is getting infinity or undefined. When y equals 0, what is x value? X is infinity or undefined. So when x equal to 0 and y equal to 0 is called asymptotes. So the x equal to 0 and y equal to 0, the graph never touch the x-axis and y-axis. So let's draw the graph. So I'm going to draw the y equals 2 over x in green line. For example, here's 2, x equal to 2, y equals 1. Okay. So when x increase positively, y is getting smaller and smaller. So the graph going like this way, but never touch the x-axis. When x is getting smaller positively, y is increase. So the graph goes like this way, but never touch y-axis. Let's see if x equal -2, y is -1. So when x is increased negative side, so y is getting smaller this way. So the graph is going to be this. So let's label this graph. Y equals 2 over x. Y equals 2 over x. Now I'm going to draw the second graph. Y equals 4 over x. You can see when the same value x equal 2, y is 2. Y is bigger than the first one. So the graph is above the green graph. When x is increase, y is decrease. So like this way, the graph is going to be like this, above the green graph. So when x is negatively, for example, -2, y is -2. So the graph is going to be like this. So let's label this one. Y equals 4 over x. Y equals 4 over x. You may think why this graph is above the graph, because y value is same x value, y value is bigger than the first graph. That's why I draw the graph above the first graph. Let's do the next one. So I'm going to draw the first graph, green line. So when x equal positive, y value is negative. So the graph is going to be fourth quadrant, like this way. When x is negative, y value is positive, because negative divided by negative, which is positive. So y value is positive. So like this way. But never touch the x-axis and y-axis. So y equals -2 over x. Y equals -2 over x. Now I'm going to draw the second graph, red line. So you can see when x is positive, y value is negative but double. So you can see, so the graph is outside the green graph. Like this way. When x is negative, y is positive, but the same value, y is double, y coordinate is double than previous one. So the graph is outside the green line. This is y equals negative 4 over x. Y equals negative 4 over x. Now pause this video and try it yourself. So y equals 3 over x and y equals 8 over x. So let's do this first one. I'm going to draw the green line. 0. When x is positive, y is positive. So it goes like this way. When x is negative, y is negative. So like this. So this is y equals 3 over x. Y equals 3 over x. Now let's do the second graph. I'm going to draw a red line. Y equals 8 over x. So you can see when x greater than 0, 8 over x greater than 3 over x. So the graph is above the green line, green graph. So that means the y value is bigger than green. The same x value, y value is bigger than the green graph. So when x is negative, I'm going to draw this one. The same x value, y value is bigger but negatively. So this is this way, but never touch the graph and x-axis. So y equals 8 over x. This is y equals 8 over x. Let's do the next one. So I'm going to draw the first one, green line. So when x equal to positive, y value is negative. So the graph is going to be the fourth quadrant here. Y equals negative 3 over x. When x equal to negative, y is positive. So the graphs this way. So y equals negative 3 over x. Now you can see the next graph is bigger than the first one because same x value, y value is bigger than x value, bigger than the y. So here the graph is when same x value, y value is bigger than the green graph, but negatively. So the graph is above the outside the green graph. When x is negative, graph is going like this way. Y value is bigger and positively. bigger value and positive value. This one is the y equals negative 8 over x. This is y equals negative 8 over x. Now let's get the graph of y equals 2 over x squared and y equals 5 over x squared. First I am going to draw the y equals 2 over x squared. So when x is positive, y is positive. So the graph, the first quadrant. So when x is negative, x squared is positive. So the y value is also positive. But x value is negative. So the graph should be second quadrant this way. So here y equals 2 over x squared. Y equals 2 over x squared. Now I'm going to draw the second graph in red line. So the same x value, y value is bigger than the first graph. So because this is 5 over x squared, so it's bigger. So the graph is above the green graph. When x is negative, x squared is positive, so the y value is positive and bigger than the green graph. So this is y equals 5 over x squared equals 5 over x squared. Let's do the next one. First graph I'm going to draw green, 0. So when x is positive, y value is negative. Graph is like this way. When x is negative, y also negative. So the graph is like this way. Let's do the next graph. Y equals negative 5 over x squared. So the y value, same x value, y value is bigger than the first one. So when x is positive, y is negative. When x is negative, y also negative. Like this way. So this is y equals minus 5 over x squared. Y equals minus 5 over x squared. This y equals minus 2 over x squared. Take the graph of y equals 2 over x and y equals negative 2 over x. So first I am going to draw the graph y equals 2 over x, the green line. So this is 0. When x is positive, y is positive. When x is increased, y is going to be reduced. So the graph is like this way. When x is negative, y is also negative. The graph is going to be like this, but not that's the x-axis and y-axis. So let's label this one y equals 2 over x, y equals 2 over x. Now I'm going to draw the graph y equals negative 2 over x. When x equals positive, y is negative value, so the graph is going to be the fourth quadrant. When x is negative, y also positive. Negative divided by negative is positive. So y is positive. So the graph is in the second quadrant. So this is y equals negative 2 over x. Y equals negative 2 over x. Let's do the other one. Sketch the graph of y equals 3 over x squared and y equals negative 3 over x squared. First I'm going to do the y equals 3 over x squared. When x is positive, x squared is positive, y is positive value. So the first quadrant not going to touch. Graph is going to be when x is negative, x squared is positive, so y is the positive. So the graph is going to be second quadrant. So let's label this one y equals 3 over x squared, y equals 3 over x squared. Now I'm going to draw the second graph. Red line. So when x equal positive, x squared is positive, so y value is negative. So the graph is in the fourth quadrant. This is y equals negative 3 over x squared. When x is negative, x squared is positive, so y is negative. So the graph will be third quadrant. Y equals negative 3 over x squared. Next video will be covering Chapter 4, Part 4, Points of Intersection. I hope you found this video helpful. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.